Germany.
Booker T, nice meeting you.
Düsseldorf.
No, it's Hamburg.
Hamburg.
Very nice meeting you. First thing to say. I wanted to ask you, I am a lifelong wrestling fan, and this is my first opportunity to come to Wrestlemania. Before you became a wrestler, before you knew all of this would happen, what did Wrestlemania mean to you? Did you imagine to be sometime here?
Never imagined being at Wrestlemania as a kid coming up. I never dreamt of being a wrestler coming up. I kind of like fell into it. Excuse me. I was 25 years old though when I fell into it, and but I loved it. I loved watching it when I was a kid, but I was a skinny kid, so I never thought I could be one of those guys that I was watching on television. But as far as Wrestlemania and being a part of something like this, never in my wildest dreams. I saw myself being a part of something like this growing up. But when I got in the business at age 25, it was a place that I knew I was going to be from day one.
Yeah, so that would have been my next question. Once you realized your dream, it was set in stone that you'd be here.
Well, my dream has always been to perform with the best performers, best wrestlers, best entertainers there was in this business. Being a professional wrestler, when you first get into this business, you dream of being at Wrestlemania. For myself, it wasn't a question of, was I going to be there? It was just a question of when, how long it was going to take, especially I'm working with WCW back in the day, competing with WWE, not knowing if I was ever going to actually make that switch over. But now, when the company got bought out, I had my chance. I had no choice.
Was very excited when you showed up on Raw back then after the thing with WCW happened.
I tell you, it was exciting for me as well. A lot of people at that time, didn't make the transition for one reason and one reason only, because they wasn't prepared. For so many years, I had been preparing myself for the next stage of my career. I knew the next stage could only be the WWE, and to come, to the WWE and conquer, you have to be on top of your game. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared, because the guys here that work in this ring behind me are some of the best talent the world has to offer. And I question myself, could I go out there and perform as good as those guys? And the second thing was, I just had to go out and prove it.
Would you say that storytelling in the match is the most important thing about a match?
Definitely. It's like Shakespeare. It's like Romeo and Juliet. It's like Phantom of the Opera. At the end, you always want the encore. And if the story wasn't right or delivered properly, you're not going to get that. So definitely the layout of the story of the match is very, very important, especially for the fans, because it's just like going to a movie and watching it, and it starts out with a car chase, and then at the end, it's no action. And you wonder, why didn't they put the car chase at the end? So it's just a matter of how you put the story together is the most important part of the match.
Mm-hmm. In telling a story, would you say what's the most important thing? Tell the story in the ring or tell the story in the promo?
Well, telling the story in the promo is just only one part. The final, the finale has always been that match. That's always been the payoff, so to speak. Two guys going out in the ring, mano a mano, and fighting it out and solving their problems. So I think that part right there in the ring is the most important.
Okay, we're doing a show on MTV predominantly about video games. So, and I'm asking that a lot of wrestlers, are you a gamer? Are you in contact with games? Or have you been as a kid?
Oh, I got my PS Vita in my bag, and I take it with me everywhere I go. I've been a gamer since arcade came out. It's been a part of my life, a huge part. Stargate was my favorite game back in the day. Crazy Climber, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, all of that stuff I grew up with. Battleships. I love the video game, and now it's gone to such a different level. Like the Call of Duty 4, it's so realistic now. The WWE games are so realistic now. So much different than the way they used to be. And I can only imagine, I got kids that's 2 years old, I can only imagine what it's going to be like when they become teenagers.
I'm aspiring to be a wrestler, actually, and I have all of the tools, the skills, the abilities, the talking, but I'm lacking a good ring name. And could you tell me what would you think would be a great name for me?
Dark Man.
So, because my face had to be covered up by...
No, I mean, because you just got a dark look about yourself, you know? I mean, and you know, enhance it a little bit more, you never know where you could take it. Now can you dig that, sucker?
Very nice. One final question. Boxers or briefs?
Briefs. I like to keep everything tight and snug.
Great. Could you give me a picture together with
Yes.
you? Yeah. 5-time WCW champion. I'm very honored.
Thank you.